Hey guys, just mentioning this video is mostly for returning or new players. Okay, so you've reached level 200. Now what? So at this point you should get familiar with the V-matrix system. There are some essential nodes that you'll need to have. They're kind of a must for a lot of classes, and I'm going to focus on 3 of them: Speed Infusion, Sharp Eyes, and Edra Nova. Edra Nova is a bind skill. If you already have another bind skill, you don't need it, but most classes doesn't have one, so they have to rely on the Edra Nova node. After the boss is bound, you can just burst him peacefully without him disappearing, moving, damage reflecting, killing you and such. So it's really important for bossing. The other 2 essential nodes are Speed Infusion and Sharp Eyes. Both has 100% uptime. Sharp Eyes gives 10% crit rate and 8% crit damage. Obviously you don't need a Sharp Eyes node if you're an archer class, you already have it in your skill kit. And the last essential node is Speed Infusion. It gives speed attack increase. These nodes are amazing, they are really useful and helpful, but you shouldn't level up these nodes, just use them when they're level 1. Leveling them up doesn't matter, it just increases the duration, but the duration doesn't matter because you can just recast it. But what you should level up is your trio. A trio node is a node that boosts final damage percent to 3 skills from your past jobs, so just figure which skills you use the most. For example, my trio is Octopunch, Nautil Strike and Unity. Some classes needs more than just one trio because they use a lot of skills and 3 skills aren't enough. You need to find your perfect trio node and upgrade it over time. You can ask high level people who plays the same class as yours what's your perfect trio, or ask in the class Discord or in Reddit. So it shouldn't be a problem figuring the trio, just ask around a bit and think with logic which skills you use the most. When the trios are maxed, it gives the 3 skills that you chose to have in your trio node extra 120 final damage percent and another bonuses like 20% ignore defense or more crit rate, so it really boosts the damage on your main skills. After getting to know about the trios and some essential nodes, now let's talk a bit about the 5th job skills. Usually there's a certain 5th job skill for each class that you should focus on first. I'll use myself as example again. For me it was this one, Lord of the Deep. So I upgraded this node first and gave it extra focus. Figuring out which 5th job skill you should focus on first shouldn't be hard. Just take a notice of what you use the most and what really carries your damage. If you're still unsure, just level them up equally, like focus on one of them for a few levels and then move to the next one for a bit and then to the third and repeat. So yeah, just level all of them. Eventually all of your 5th job skills will be maxed anyways, so it's just a matter of time and preference of what you want to upgrade first. Alright, now let's talk about Arcane Symbols. Each town in Arcane River has its own symbol, and these symbols are really important because the more you upgrade them, the more damage and stats you get. Basically, they give more damage percent against monsters in Arcane River and the flat stat of your main stat, so it's a must for both damage and stats. It will really help to one-shot mobs in Arcane River and grind easier. You can upgrade the symbols from daily quests in each Arcane River town, and the more you progress, there are less quests and the dailies becomes easier. For example, this is the daily quest of Vanishing Journey on my main, and this is the dailies for one of my mules. As you can see, for my main it was only 1 quest, and here it's 4 quests. So it gets easier over time as you level up and unlock more towns. You get 8 symbols each day from the dailies here in Vanishing Journey, and of course you can do it again after the daily reset. Each town has its own dailies and amount of daily symbols. For example, the next town, Chuchu Island daily, is a pretty cool party quest thingy. You can solo it as well. It gives 15 symbols per day, so it's pretty diverse. After getting familiar with the symbols and nodes, now let's focus on gear. At this point, getting a Chaos Root Abyss set is essential. It's an endgame set. You will use it for the long run, except for the weapon. You will replace the web at some point with the Absolab web, so don't invest too much on it. In order to get a Chaos Root Abyss set, you need to complete normal Root Abyss for 10 times. It's really easy, you'll be able to solo it. It takes 10 days because it's a daily. And after 10 days you'll be able to enter Chaos Root Abyss, and basically you'll need a carry because you wouldn't be able to solo it. So find a carry, ask your guild, ask friends. Eventually most people find a carry, and obviously if you're not in Reboot you can just buy the set, of course. Feel free to invest on it because it's an endgame set, it will stay with you forever. But as I mentioned, not on the weapon, because you'll replace the weapon in a few weeks, so it's a temporary weapon. A keepable flame for the set items is at least 60 stat of your main stat for the beginning at least. Eventually you will want a 90 plus flame score, but if you get a 60 plus, it's a keeper for now. And cubing wise, you should use black cubes till it's legendary, because black cubes have higher chance to tier up the items. And once it's legendary, use red cubes and just aim for at least 21%. I'd say that's a keeper for now, unless you have a lot of mesos to spend. Now let's talk about the next thing you should focus on in the long run, Superior Gollux set and the Absolab set. If you're in Reboot, both takes months to get, so rest easy and take your time, but start moving towards it. For Gollux set there are two options: 1. Soloing normal mode Gollux, 2. Finding a hell mode Gollux carry, which is Hellux, or of course buying the set if you're playing in a non-Reboot server. The best option is to find a daily Hellux carry and get the drops and coins slowly. An easy way to find a carry is to join a guild. Most guilds carry Hellux every day, since everyone needs the coins anyways, so it shouldn't be too hard to find a carry. To be honest, I don't mind carrying sometimes. I'm willing to carry some of you. Just sub to me. I spend hours and hours and hours working on these videos, so please sub and leave a like. Send me a screenshot in Discord that you did and I'll carry you. Okay, Absolab. So Absolab is your next set, but you'll still be using the Chaos Root Abyss hat, top and bottom. And now you need to get the Absolab gloves, shoes, cape, shoulders and weapon. And it takes time. It takes around 2 to 3 months, so you should start working on it as soon as possible. Again, if you're in a non-Reboot server, just buy them, or maybe if you're really rich, just skip them and go straight for Arcanes. But in order to get Absolab in Reboot, you'll need to do Scarpyard and Dark Tree World weekly quests, and you can do them on any level 190 plus character, but to solo them you'll need to be at least around level 210. In addition to those quests, you'll need to do Lotus and Demian, which are mid-game bosses. So for this one, again, you'll need to find a carry, or maybe join a struggle party and slowly try to take him down. I did it when I got my Absolab set. It took me a few months, but that's better than begging for a carry if you can't find one. You should get the weapon and shoulders from the Dark Tree World, and the shoes, gloves and cape from Scarpyard to make sure you split it equally and to make sure you won't waste extra weeks. The Absolab set will stay with you until Arcane Set, so feel free to upgrade it as much as you like. because you'll use it for a very long time. Replacing those 5 Abso items for 5 Arcane items took me around a whole year. So yeah, don't be afraid to invest a lot on your Absolab gear. Star Force it to at least 17 stars. Get a keepable flame on it, which is around 90 plus stats, and the keeper potential is at 23% or more. And on your Abso gloves, get a 8% crit damage line, because this line is equal to 33% stats, and you can get this line only on gloves, so use it to your advantage and get it on your Abso gloves. It's pretty easy to get with black cubes because they have higher chance for prime lines. And a quick few words about skillings, Legion and Empress buff. All of them are super important. Some essential early game skillings are Kinesis, Phantom, Beast Tamer, Kana, Demon Avenger, Mercedes, Arc, Xenon. They're all super easy to level. Just get them to level 120. It should take like 2 hours max on each, and it will really help your Legion as well. You should also make sure that you have a level 150 Cygnos Knight character. Doesn't matter which one of the Cygnos Knights, but it has to be a Cygnos Knight for the Empress buff. It's this one. 30 attack and 30 magic attack. It's pretty huge for minimum effort. Now Legion is also super beneficial. Watch this video for a Legion guide, I'm sure it will help, and remember again to take it slowly. Everything in MapleStory takes time. It's a matter of months and even years, so take it slow and enjoy the process. Alright guys, I hope it helped. I'm kinda running out of video ideas, so if you have a certain idea or a certain guide that you need, please let me know in the comments, and maybe I'll start working on it if it's a doable one. Thanks for watching, and see ya next time.